Hello there, my friends.
Hello, Charles.
Hey, Laura. This is my friend, Laura Koch, and we did an RTT session 2 weeks ago.
Wow, has it really been 2 weeks?
It's been 2 weeks, yeah.
Wow.
So, Laura, I would love for you to share with our friends why you were interested in having this session, what the actual session was like for you, then the transformational recording that you've been using since then, how that has served you as well.
Sure. I was having bad dreams, and my dreams were like my worst fears realized. And I would wake up anxious, crying sometimes, because again, when your dream is your worst fears realized, it really it's frightening, and I had to, like, where am I? And it was a pattern I was finding for myself. Charles, I reached out to you to say, hi, how do I stop this? And you had an idea that maybe RTT would be helpful. And I definitely feel like even just the act of when we first talked about doing this together.
We had our consultation about
We had a consultation. Just even doing that and talking to you about some of these fears that I have, that helped purge a lot of things that maybe I wasn't dealing with. So even before we had the RTT session, I was feeling like a shift. And then the session itself, what I found really interesting about it is how, you go back in time to certain events in your life that formed certain assumptions you have of yourself.
Yes.
And going back to those events and looking at them from a third person point of view, as if you're watching a film. You're watching a film of a little girl, having a traumatic experience. Mm-hmm. And as an adult, you can look at that little girl and say, no, little girl, you are good enough. You are smart enough. You are talented enough, and again, going through different periods in my life when things happened that made me feel awful, and examining them from a different perspective really helps you realize I don't need to keep going back to that person. All those experiences definitely mold you into the person you are now, but they don't have to define you, and they don't have to limit you. At the end of the session, you make this recording that I've been listening to every day, where I go back and I revisit those different parts of my life, or those different little girls, and you become the loving parent to that child. And it just is really like, you can say, yeah, that happened, but look what you've become. You are strong. I hear it in my head. I am enough. I always have been enough, and I always will be enough. And I ride my bike every other day. I do a 10-mile bike ride. And I don't listen to anything while I'm doing that, because I like to be aware of my surroundings, but I hear you in my head.
Yes.
Sometimes I'll be riding my bike. I am enough.
I did my Good. Well,
yeah.
And Laura, I love how you shared all of that experience. It's so inspirational. And, if anybody else can relate to you, and that in fact, you shared with me when we were first chatting, that on a scale of 1 to 10, you said that the anxiety at its highest point was a 10 plus at times, right?
Yeah.
4. And then I asked you, so your normal baseline for the anxiety now, you said, is
like a 3 or a 4. you know?
Wow.
Sometimes I feel like a little anxiety, like you had said the other day about something getting you so nervous that you feel a little trickle of pee down your leg because you're so nervous about doing it. The other thing that sort of shifted in my mind after doing our session was that I can still have dreams, aspirational dreams, and I can still make those plans now, but just planning them, dreaming them. And there was a quote from one of the books you gave me to read that says, "Dreams are the seedlings of realities."
Yes. Well, Laura, thank you so much.
Oh, Charles, you're so welcome. I mean, I just, not only what you're doing is transformational and inspirational, but you do have this silky, lovely voice. So when you said to me, "My voice goes with you," I'm like, yeah, I'll take that. I'll pack that up.
Thank you.
Yes.
Love you very much, honey.
Love you too, Charles.
Talk to you soon. Great.
Bye.